Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. The delicate balance between land construction and conservation. Plus, are there places you just shouldn't take a selfie? I think we found one. We'll discuss.
I'm Oslo Rep Artistic Director Michael Donald Edwards. Politics can be a drag, but not for our local theatre scene. We get a preview of Oslo Rep's Justice Scalia drama, The Originalist, and the Manatee School for the Arts brings us Legally Blonde.
I'm Bo Beth. Will help young girls say yes to that perfect dress with a prom fashion show.
And I'm Linda Carson. Keeping naturally curly hair under control is no easy task, I hear, especially in our heat and humidity. Cutting Loose is here to help. All that more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Michael Donald Edwards.
Hey, thank you guys. Great to be
I
here.
feel to sit by you.
Yes.
Because you always have the best seat in the house.
Oh, thank you. Next to you.
And Oslo, he does.
Yes.
And a lot of fun along with it, always you bring, which we appreciate because we're going to have a
you.
lot of fun today.
Yes.
Also, one of our favorites in the kitchen, we welcome back Chef Narendra from Curry Station. A lot of great smells coming from the kitchen, Chef. What are we making today?
Thank you, Stephanie. Today we are making very interesting dish. It's a potato dish. You can have in a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And I'm gonna show you. It's pretty simple and it's very interesting. You can combine with the spices, and we'll show you today.
Okay, I'm sure it has a funny name, so not funny, but in unfamiliar to us, a potato dish that is called?
Aloo masala.
See, I knew it.
I have that all the time at my house.
Aloo
I
masala.
think they do that at Trader Joe's.
I know, right?
The masala part I recognize. So we'll learn more about aloo masala and enjoy the potatoes, of course, with Chef Narendra. Obviously, a big week here on the Suncoast. We've been talking about Circus Sarasota and everything that went on there. We have some really just kind of breathtaking pictures to share from last night. So Circus Sarasota last night does a dress rehearsal, and they open it for the circus performers and local media to come. And these pictures taken by Cliff Rolls right under the wire of those performers just one day after the tragic accident getting back up on the wire. Nick Walenda is up there as well. And the family that you see there, those were some of the injured that fell during the accident.
Oh, my.
Back last night to support their family, to support their circus team. Just an amazing show of togetherness, and I heard the reaction in the tent was just overwhelming. Nick actually took a few minutes and spoke to the crowd that was gathered, and thanking everyone for their support and the prayers and the health of those
One of the amazing
still recovering.
institutions in Sarasota. It's one of the things that makes it cool to live here, I think, Circus Sarasota. Amazing work, and a testament to them and their courage, and their personal courage, and their commitment to each other as an entertainment family. And it's really extraordinary.
And they have such high morals and high standards.
Yeah.
They're such a great example of what a young man and young woman should be. And to come back like this, it just shows us all when you're having a bad day, get up and get at it.
And we all thought it was much more serious. When we first heard it, we thought it was much more serious. It turns out they're all basically okay, which is,
It was really serious, but one thing they did say that, the fact that they were in so much, they were in such good shape, they were able to recover. And Nick openly says he thinks it was a miracle. There's no way you can fall from that high to have that little injuries and then be able to come through this quickly. Like they said, the doctors were just amazed by what the injuries were, because they were saying this is just a miracle.
but they do know how to fall.
They do know how to fall.
They know how to,
but they know how to get up and go on. And I think that was something, and Michael, maybe you can speak to this about just the mentality of a performer of the show must go on. How do you do that?
Well, they've trained for so young. There's a relationship between the mind and body that most of us don't have, that they completely understand what their bodies are doing. And dancers have a similar thing. And the trust in each other is a thing that's difficult to comprehend, that they literally put their lives in each other's hands. And that's something that's developed over years of training and development. And it's like, I agree with Linda, it's something we admire, and we'd like to take a little bit of that into our own lives as people in the way we relate to others.
It's amazing.
It's why we love them. We love circus performers because of the risk they take. I wish they had a net rather than been falling 25 But we ask actors to do this all the time, to fly without a net. We use this phrase all the time, fly without a net. We'd like to do it a little more in our lives, take a sensible risk. That's why we love them. And we love them because they were able to have a terrible accident, but we admire more the way they have recovered.
Yep, the
Nick's
way you
always
get up and
saying-
go on.
Yeah.
Nick's always saying, never give up, never give up. Well,
Yeah.
he proved
Yes.
that he really lives
Yes.
by that
Yeah,
philosophy.
a great week for the
Absolutely.
Suncoast and a great example for all of us.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Master of Ceremonies guest host. Okay, there'll
You're gonna
be
wear the
another
top
one
hat, do the
at
whole thing?
I am,
Yeah,
I
good for
am.
you.
Yes.
This is Sunday at 5 p.m. So
All
I'm
right,
so
we
excited.
look forward to
That'll
seeing.
be dangerous for me just walking out across the floor.
We'll want to hear about that coming up next week. It is time for our first hot topic, and land adjacent to the celery fields off Fruitville Road in Sarasota continues to cause controversy. There is a petition circulating now from citizens who do not want the county to build a 14-acre industrial recycling plant next to the bird sanctuary at the celery fields. Now, this land is county-owned, but citizens are concerned about the noise of concrete crushing, pollution from construction materials, and traffic on Palmer Road from trucks that would be coming to drop construction waste. Other side of the coin, that's valuable land there east of I-75. How does the county proceed?
Yes, it is, and it's a tourist attraction. Don't put something industrial right beside a tourist attraction. Move it out a little further in the county.
Yeah, but we need to come up with solutions. We've got to have a recycling plant. We've got to have this. I mean, we've got to have both. The bird they shouldn't be in opposition. I feel like this is a false opposition.
Yeah, one against the other.
Why are we putting the bird sanctuary and recycling in conflict?
Yes.
This is
Because they're both environmentally positive,
we got
obviously.
to have
Right.
both things. So its location is questionable, and I'm glad people are objecting to it. We got to find a better solution, but we got to have both.
I run into so many tourists that are here because of the bird watching possibilities there at the celery fields.
It's amazing. More than 200 species can be seen, and there
Absolutely.
was an amazing article I read this morning that said, you know, it was like fishing in a barrel. You know, you go out there with
Absolutely.
binoculars, and you are sure to see something
I
amazing.
have friends who come from England for the bird watching.
Just for that.
That's why they're here. I think they're coming for me and the shows, but no. They're coming
They're
for
really
the bird
coming
watching.
from the birds. Well, hopefully, because I agree with Michael, we do need both. We just need to find a way
Yes.
to work together to figure
Yeah.
out
This is a
where.
big county. They can move it out east more.
Good point. So we know selfies are a firmly ingrained part of our culture, but there are places where they're more acceptable than others. A Canadian newspaper reports that funeral selfies are on the rise. Yep, that guy back there is no longer with us. The funeral directors say that taking photos at funerals is not new, and some claim that experts actually have said it's beneficial to the grieving process. But taking the photo with the deceased and posting it to social media is new, and in many's eyes, disrespectful. Funeral directors are working harder now to make sure this does not happen.
Well, that looks disrespectful.
It
I
does
mean,
to me. What do you think?
It really does. Having just gone through a funeral with my mother in an open casket, I think if any of my relatives did that, I'd be pretty mad about it. I'd be pretty mad about it.
Now, have you been at a funeral where they've taken a photo of the deceased? Because I have seen that.
There are photos of her in the casket, but nothing. That looks a little grave. That looks like they're mocking the idea of the person being
It looks
dead.
like they're trying to take center stage. It's about me. It's not about this person
point.
that just died. So that I think that's very bad taste.
Yeah, it's just respect.
Although I do have a picture of my mother in her casket, but it was
Me
just
too.
her, and it was just a memory. It was just, this is the last time we'll ever see her, so it was a memory.
I have the
That's
same thing.
issue.
Sorry?
On top of the fact that they're smiling in the picture, a lot of times in a funeral, you're grieving.
Yes.
So to have, you know, the biggest smile on your face and then you have a dead person behind you, it's offensive.
Exactly.
Especially for
that
some
looked like
people that are
a
dealing with
narcissistic
it.
gesture
I'd agree with that.
to do with exploiting a dead person. The opposite of what we're talking
Yes,
about.
yes.
Yeah.
Ours was we just can't let go.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
them, it's look at me. Don't pay attention
Right,
to that
right.
person.
It was funny because when my stepdad passed and we were in front of, I felt uncomfortable just being in the first row
Yes.
next to it because I was
was an
just-
open casket, yeah.
And it was hard for me just to even look
Yeah.
at the body and,
Yeah.
and then realize that he's no longer with us.
Yes.
but now you're taking pictures and posting it on social media.
Right.
It just seems
It's a grieving process I personally don't understand. I'm a private griever, but it is out there.
Well,
and
that's
that
not
is
that's not
something
grieving. That's exploitation.
Yes,
Yep, nope.
exactly.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah.
Well, you could own a piece of pop culture history. The Hampton home Grey Gardens, made famous by the 70s documentary and the kooky Kennedy cousins who lived there, is now back on the market. So it was purchased from the Kennedy cousins by a socialite Washington, D.C. couple. They spent about $600,000 restoring it, and it's been used as a summer home by the couple for about the past 30 years. Well, now Grey Gardens is listed $19.995 million.
Linda, there's our bed and breakfast.
That is
There's
90
that's
times,
you and
listen to
me.
this,
Huh?
90 times the purchase price.
Well, look, but
when it was in disrepair,
The thing
90 times. Now, this is the Hamptons,
Yeah.
but don't you think those walls could tell some stories?
oh, absolutely.
Oh.
I don't know if I would
That's
want
why.
to live there. I feel like they have like, I don't know, like a creepy.
They had
woman,
20
and-
cats, I
and they're-
think.
Oh,
and
it's
they're
not
just-
creepy. The cats have all gone.
Yeah, the cats are gone, but I feel like, I don't know, and
It's
you never know, it's like
fascinating.
ghosts maybe in the walls. I just feel like I wouldn't want to
But
be
the
there.
It
ghosts
is a
would be
fascinating
interesting.
story,
They probably
though.
have great stories.
I don't want to
to
hear.
tell.
But
I
it
don't
doesn't
wanna
look
talk to
anything
ghosts.
like what it did.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
Yeah, it looks
gorgeous.
beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's the
completely.
East Hamptons. Everything costs that much
I'd like
there.
It didn't
to
look that
remodel
way.
after
Yeah.
seeing that. What
That's
could they do with
American.
my house?
It's American history.
It is. It is definitely
American
history.
history.
Very, very
Someone will buy
interesting.
it because of that.
I'm
Yeah,
sure they
yeah.
will. Are you tired of interacting with people, or do you actually like face-to-face customer service? Well, Bank of America has opened 3 completely automated branches this month. So customers can use the ATMs, and then if you need something, you can have a video conference with an employee at kind of a master branch. But there are no actual employees at the bank to talk to. Do you like this, or does it make you nervous if you hand over money without humans?
Well, I always use ATM, but I want to see a person when I've got a big problem. I want somebody to listen to me and react to me.
It depends on the interaction. I mean, I just had my bank down here. I just went in and said, how is it possible for you to have these employees here? Because I've watched the bank branches in Sarasota get fewer and fewer people and lots of empty offices. So it's not a surprise to me that we'd be going this way. But there is nothing like a genuine human interaction.
Oh, I
It's
think
really-
a lot of it, though, isn't that the banks are getting smaller. It's just that people are using different modes to bank. Now,
Yeah.
you're doing it with your phone, you're taking pictures, so they're still making money so they can employ those people. But I want to see more people. I hate calling anywhere where you get a customer service representative and you're on hold for hours, or
Yeah.
going to somewhere and you can't have someone that actually can assist you.
Yeah.
They're there just as like a figure, but they can't do anything.
Right.
That is the worst.
It's when something goes wrong you
Right,
really need people.
right. I deposited
that's
a
really-
check in the ATM. It didn't show up on my account. I called. I couldn't get a person to talk to.
Yeah.
Finally, after days, I got somebody.
And I learned I'm one of the few people, at least in our newsroom, who still writes out the deposit slip, takes it to the
Really?
bank, and sends it.
Personally?
Because I like to watch it go up the little shooting in, and I like to know it's in that person's hand. So
See, and then you would have a hard time with it.
I would have a very hard time with this, but I'm going to learn about taking the picture with my phone, because then you still have a
I don't
copy
trust
of it.
that.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I need to catch
Tiny
up.
scan, it's called.
Exactly. Thank you. I can learn a lot from you, Michael. So are you intimidated to travel because of language barriers? Well, maybe we should communicate more through emojis. Japanese tourism have debuted 26 signs that demonstrate what is in the food, because they've learned there's a language issue in Japan. On the left, see the little piggy poking out of the bowl? Yeah, that means there's pork inside.
That's disturbing.
The one in the middle, it's
Oh, I see.
okay to use a card. Credit cards are accepted. So there's the picture of a card. The one on the end,
There's a plug somewhere around.
it's okay to charge.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Isn't that
But the
hysterical?
little piggy one, I must say, makes you
It makes
want to
me
be
not
a vegetarian.
yeah.
Well, there's the
Yes,
vegetarian one. There's a leaf in his mouth. So it's okay, this is vegetarian. Now, the one in the middle is very amusing.
What is that?
That's a nudist camp.
No, that
No.
you
Shower?
have to wipe your feet and yourself before you enter the locker.
Why would you be dirty?
Well, you don't want to be wet coming into the locker room? I don't know.
you
I'm just
just
glad
took
he
a
covered
shower.
Oh,
himself.
this is not, you're not in restaurants anymore.
Well, no,
I've
this
got
is
very
throughout
confused.
Japan.
I have a problem
got
with the
very
person's
confused, huh?
face. The face is what's bothering me.
Oh, you don't like the drawings?
No, the drawing.
Okay, so this is fire coming out of his mouth. On
Oh,
the
that's
left,
spicy food.
oh,
I-
it's a
I
left,
need
it's a
that
little
one.
spicy. On
Yeah.
the right, It's really spicy.
Well, you know, I think I remember in Japan, they have some toilets that don't have seats. They just have, you just have to squat.
Which is better for you, by the way.
Yeah, well, I want to know before I go in there. So show me a
Really,
picture.
it's apparently squatting is the thing. It's
Show you how
good for everything, huh?
I'm not going in that one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I would need a picture for that.
The fire one, I would misunderstand because I would think that means someone has bad breath.
How did you? Oh, with the
Yeah.
Even
Well,
pictures
my question
don't
is,
clear it up for us.
Why does he not have any clothes on?
That's true,
That
too.
is
He
like
was
makes me
eating
wanna go to
spicy
Japan.
food naked.
That's
There's a
right.
lot happening in
Pictures
Japan.
bother me.
All right, when we come back, we're going to learn about a new play at the Oslo and a renowned Supreme Court justice. Stay with us.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast, and it's looking pretty good right now up and down the Suncoast. Get a look at the photo you see from our tower cam. Currently, we have sunshine, very low humidity too. The humidity is extremely low right now. We're talking in the 30 percentile range, and it looks like it will stay that way overnight. We will be cool though. The dew point is way down there in the 33 degrees right now, and winds are out of the east-northeast at 10. Get a look at the satellite imagery. Hardly a cloud to be found here over the southeast United States, and that's a result of a large dome of high pressure, which is going to keep the skies clear overnight, which will allow cool temperatures to settle in. Cool meaning average for this time of year. We're looking for lows in the low 50s and no real threat of any rainfall. Again, some exercises going offshore with the military, but no rain anticipated here through this evening. Well, much more on our weekend weather forecast and the circus coming up today at 5. See you then.
Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia was known as a passionate yet a polarizing figure before his sudden death in 2016. His outspokenness was theatrical at times, and it inspired the play entitled The Originalist, which is now being performed at the Oslo Rep. Actor Edward Jarrow plays Justice Scalia, and he's here to tell us more about this very powerful man. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today. Of course, this is not the first time you've played this part, right?
No, we premiered the play in 2015 at Arena Stage in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I understand you met the justice.
I did. I had an opportunity to spend a good part of the year with Justice Scalia, visiting the court, listening to oral arguments, having lunch in chambers, shooting skeet with he and his
So
clerks.
real research into
You
the
were a
process.
friend.
Yeah, we actually became friends, and that was one of the things I'm most proud of, is that we got to become friends.
What did he think of your performances?
He never saw it. He never saw it. First thing he said to me was, "I'm not coming to see the play, but I'm glad they got somebody good to do it, so I won't be embarrassed. Let's have some lunch."
Oh, good.
So he took it right off the table right away. But
Right.
his son came to see the opening night, John, and I was very surprised and delighted that he did come. And he said that he came expecting a hatchet job, and he was very delighted that we made him a hero, he said. And I said, well, I made him a human being, and that's
Because you
heroic
wanted to
enough
show
for
who
me.
he really was.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to show, I wanted to honor who he was and what he did. And they're two separate things, right? And because the play is about, not necessarily about him, but about the nature of our civil discourse. And here's a man who actually had great affection for people who disagreed with him. He was more interested in the process of argument rather than the outcome, because after all, it's a democracy.
Yeah.
We have a vote, you vote on it, and move on. So there was a great sort of interest in curiosity in what people thought and how they thought.
I guess people have told you before that you look like him.
Well,
It's
he's a
true.
more handsome version.
More handsome.
Michael, you're
Younger,
very kind.
more
That's right,
handsome.
That's right. Well, as we discovered actually in our first meeting that our grandparents came from villages in Italy that were about 5 kilometers apart.
Whoa.
Wow.
So there might
You
be some
never
DNA.
know.
You never know.
Oh, you might be
this.
Yeah, right.
related.
Yeah.
So what about your personalities? Were your personalities similar?
Well, we're both from New Jersey. We're both Italian American. We were both raised Roman Catholic. And aside from having the 45-pound brain that he had and I don't have, we were but a great sense of humor and a great dryness about him. He was a very witty man, and I aspired to that. So yeah, we had a lot in common.
They're
So
twins
Michael,
from
did you
another
know
mother.
all
That's
this when
right,
you
that's right.
decided to have this
Well,
play?
Molly Smith, who directed the play and is the artistic director of the Arena Stage, she sent me the script, well, it must have been a year ago, right, when you first did it. She said, I have something for you. I read it, and I said, we have to do this. This is the second production of it in the country, as the writer and Molly and Ed continue to work on the script, so we're seeing a kind of a new version of it here,
Right.
which is now going to go to Los Angeles and back to Washington and on further. This is the beginning of its life as a play. It's gone over incredibly well. The audience loves Ed. I mean, he's a fantastic artist. And the play is landing very powerfully because, as Ed said, it's really about finding the middle. Is it possible to find a middle ground in American political discourse right now, because it seems we cannot talk to each other. There is only intense division and mutual, almost hatred of each other's positions. And this play dares to put a man that represents the polarization on stage and makes the argument that we can actually find a way to come together as Americans and talk about these really majorly divisive issues, such as abortion, gay rights, gay marriage. I mean, they're all on the table in this play.
Without being offended by the other person.
Well, like Ed just said, that you make the argument, and then we vote.
Yeah.
Then we go, okay, then we've made a decision now. We don't have to keep tearing each other apart all the time. And so, anyway.
I know you mentioned there are changes, but what are some of the differences between now when you are doing it and prior when you first started, especially because, you know, the Justice was alive when you first started?
Right, right. Well, I think the audiences take the play differently because of the political environment that we're in, as we were then.
Oh, interesting.
But it was quite different. Some lines that were funny then aren't funny now, and vice versa. But particularly with a new nomination for Supreme Court happening while we're running the play. When we did it in Washington, the Obergefell case was heard the day I actually went to that hearing, had lunch, and then went to do the play that night. The audience was, you could just hear a pin drop.
Yes.
And in this run now with Gorsuch being nominated, well, we opened on Inauguration Day, and I talked to folks who saw the show and said, you know, it was healing because we felt like there's a possibility for us to listen to each other without vilifying each other. And that after a day like the inauguration, where some people were...
That's a word I heard a lot too.
Yeah,
People thanking us for doing something healing.
It is hopeful.
Yes, it is. Well, the originalist is at the Oslo Rep. It will be there through March 7th. This is something I have learned I certainly do not want to miss. And coming up next, you can, first of all, get more information at theoslorep.org, ticket information and times. And next, our legal theme continues with Legally Blonde Jr.
On the next Black Almanac.
The more you learn about our people, the more you admire what they went through and had to do to exist, to thrive in this land. What makes this so interesting is that it's an oral history, which we must take and develop into a written product so that the world will know who are your people.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Feza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Feza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Feza at Center for Sight.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Manatee School for the Arts prepares students for careers in dance, theater, music, and graphic arts, but they also boast the highest graduation rate in Manatee County. Today, they're here with a preview of their latest show, Legally Blonde Jr., and here's Ariana Fitzgerald and friends singing Whipped into Shape. Take it away, ladies.
Wyndham, and welcome to the Wyndham Workout Disc 2 Challenge, and our commitment to being the best you can be. Yeah! So grab your Cardio Whip 5000, because if you want to get ripped, you have to get whipped. Do you want an easy miracle? Do you want to lose a pound or two? Then you can turn this off right now. My workout's not for you. I'm talking to the woman who wants it all. Gotta pay for what you get. Cause size 2 clothes don't come to those too lazy to sweat. I want you whipped into shape. When I say jump, say how high. You know you're doing it right. When you start to cry, if you don't look like you should, you got to whip it, whip it, whip it good. I'm sorry, lady, no escape till you're whipped into shape. Come on, Sabrina, you heifer! Work it out!
I hate you, Brooke, but I love you for it.
To the jail. Ladies, just because we're in the Boston Women's Correctional Facility doesn't mean we can't become the best that we can be. I want you whipped into shape. When I say jump, say how high. You know you're doing it right. When you start to cry, if you don't look like you should, you got to whip it, whip it, whip it good. Like prison ladies, no escape. Swipe it, swipe it, swipe it through. Check it up, double jump.
Swipe it, swipe it, swipe it through. Check it up, double jump. Whip it, whip it, whip it, get whipped into shape.
You girls are awesome. And let's have your director come in, Natalia Mock. Did I say your name right, Natalia?
Yes, you did.
Beautiful. Okay, Ariana, tell me what's the show about. What do you like about it?
The fact that it's about girl power, and I love Elle's journey throughout the whole story.
So tell us why you chose this one.
This show, not only is it really fun to watch, but it has a great story, and it really does talk about how you can be anything that you want to be as long as you go for it.
And all these girls can certainly do that. What's the difference in Legally Blonde and then you're doing Legally Blonde Junior?
Right, so it's a junior version of the original show, and basically it's a shorter version, and it's appropriate for all audiences.
What are you guys getting out of this? You're working pretty hard for this show. What are you getting out of it?
It teaches me a lot how to be disciplined, and that just to organize myself, like getting props ready or like knowing when I come on.
You're also learning to jump rope, aren't you?
Yep.
Great advantages here, and you won't be shy wherever you go after this. This is a great show, Legally Blonde Junior, at the Manatee School for Performing Arts, February 23rd through the 25th. For tickets and information, visit msfta.org. Next, we've got a prom fashion show.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday, and I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. I snuck away to get in the kitchen sooner with Chef Narendra because I cannot wait to taste all these wonderful dishes. But Chef, you were telling me that you actually do some teaching about cooking the Indian food. What can you tell me about your classes?
Well, we do like once in a month on Sunday. We start from 11 o'clock, 11 to 12:30, and it's including lunch as well. And it's just $35. And we're just doing for fun, and we're trying to teach the Indian cuisine to our community, because so many of my friends, they scared to cook the Indian food. They said it's very complicated. So I saw them it's very simple, and we use the fresh ingredients, and it's very healthy.
Okay, and that's how we can learn to cook the dishes with Chef Narendra at Curry Station. But we're excited about learning to make a potato dish today. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Sure.
It's one of the biggest nights in a teen's life, the prom. Saying yes to that perfect dress is a big decision, and here to help us get ready for this year's prom season is Charlie Kennedy, the owner of Charlie's Boutique in Bradenton. All right, Charlie, it's that time of year again. So when should girls start shopping for their dresses?
Yes, we're so excited. The girls start shopping early. They definitely start shopping in January. They know that they want to claim their perfect dress.
Ooh, look at that.
Do they already have dates?
They worry about that.
Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. These are very young ladies. Leave them alone.
Get the dress and worry about the date later.
Well, what are some of the trends or things trending for 2017?
The trends for 2017 are lots of lace, florals, beautiful backs, beading, and the hottest trend of all is the two-piece.
Oh, look at these. I love this dress. And you mentioned backs.
Wow.
So you see a lot
Beautiful
of
backs.
cutouts. Okay. And when you talk about exclusiveness, because you mentioned that earlier, you guys have an exclusive dress program in a policy. Tell us how that works.
Yes, we have the exclusive dress guarantee, which means we will not sell your dress to anyone. We will not sell your prom dress to anyone at your school, not even in a different color.
Oh.
Prom is like the high school girls' wedding, and we want to make that day very special for them.
Oh, look at that. Well, you brought some examples of these beautiful dresses, and some of these models actually also work for you, so it's good to see them, you know, stepping up, I guess you said. All right, so let's get the first model out.
You know, I remember my prom dress, so this is important, girls.
Look at this. So what is she wearing?
This is our beautiful Grace, and yes, Grace is one of my employees, and she is wearing Sherry Hill today. As we talked about the beautiful prints and the two-piece, which meets. It's very conservative, and we are finding that the pockets are a deal breaker for the girls because they can carry their cell phone with them all night.
Oh, look at that. All right, well, thank you so much.
Beautiful.
And your next dress, I actually like this one, another two-piece.
Yes, another two-piece, and we have Kira. Actually, all of my models are my employees. Kira is modeling La Femme, and when we talked about the beautiful backs, Kira's going to show the beautiful beaded detail on this back, and also the two-piece as well.
That is nice. Well, thank you, Kara. Almost wedding-esque. I love the beading.
It's
and the
gorgeous.
Linda, all the gems. That's you.
That's
all
me.
day.
That's the sparkle. The two-piece, I don't know. But
all right, next model.
And here we have Maddie. She's wearing Dave and Johnny. And I love the gorgeous electric blue on her dress.
Oh, yeah.
Detailed beading, and then and Maddie can show her earrings. We love to try to help them accessorize as well. And along with this Dave and Johnny dress, Maddie will show you, is the great back detail.
oh my goodness, very daring.
Yes,
But she's
very
covered.
pretty. Yes, absolutely.
See-through enough, just
Yes,
enough.
Absolutely,
yes.
very conservative.
It's beautiful.
It is very beautiful. All right, let's get to the next model.
And we have Caroline, as we talked about earlier. Caroline is in the lovely detailed lace with sparkly crystal AB stones, a two-piece, and a circular back detail. She's wearing La Femme, Gigi by La Femme.
I like this one a lot. I
It's
feel like I
very
can
pretty.
bet you wear that somewhere.
Very,
Maybe
very
not
pretty.
for prom, but somewhere.
Very, very
Maybe
pretty.
for work. Yeah, maybe for work. And you know, I'm noticing you said the cutouts, but this one is a little bit higher. So it's midriff.
It is a little bit higher, and Caroline is a taller, she is taller, so if you're not quite as tall, you're not going to show as much midriff. Most of the schools for two-piece have a limit of 2 inches.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do they measure when you go in?
Well, I think, you know, I don't know actually what each school does, but when you are taller, sometimes the two-piece will show a little more of the midriff.
Well, it looks good
All right.
that way.
Yeah,
Well,
she looks beautiful.
Did we see the back? Did the audience see the back? I want them to see all the cutout.
Amazing.
Yeah. I
And the
really
long
like
sleeves,
that.
very
Stunning.
different.
Stunning.
All right, well, maybe. Hey, can other people buy these?
Yes,
All right.
we sell to everyone for galas.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
all
I
events.
like this one also.
And we have Gina. Gina is in La Femme, and I love this green. It's so pretty. Beautiful detailed green stones, and also a really pretty back as well.
There are so many cutouts.
There are cutouts, but again, very, very conservative.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we do pay attention to dress code. We are cautious of that.
Really, there's
good.
a lot of that. So you're very specific from the schools.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
All right, well, let's call all of our models back up so we can get one last look at some of the trends for 2017. Now, remember, prom may not be for a couple weeks or months for some school, but you want to get in early to make sure you get that exclusive dress, and always make sure you find that right one. I have already picked up my favorite, Linda. Have you picked your favorite?
I see several I might like.
Only
But we're going to have
one.
to make that midriff come together for me.
Which one? Which one is your favorite?
Well, I like the green one. I like the blue one. I
Why?
like bright colors, so I'm with the bright colors.
You only could pick one
Which one?
favorite.
Which one are you taking?
The one at the end here with the midriff.
I can see you in
Beautiful.
that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll probably see you in that Monday, right? On the show.
Well, I hope not on the show. All right, well, thank you so much, Charlie. And let's, if you guys want to get more information, you can visit their boutique in Bradenton or just go to their website, charliesboutique.com. Next, tips on timing our curly hair with cutting loose. We'll be right back.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. An investigation in Punta Gorda, why the police department says an officer used a taser on a 91-year-old man. Plus, major progress at Nathan Benderson Park, a look inside the new finish tower, and the preparations for the World Rowing Championships. Now, let's head out live to Bob.
That's right, the Circus Arts Conservatory putting on the big circus tonight. The grand opening this evening. They had a dress rehearsal last night. Weather is looking outstanding right now with low humidity around. Let's go to the maps to show you real quickly. We have fair skies looking out over Sarasota Bay and sunshine. Temperatures now pretty warm across our area considering what we had as a cold front. 75 right now. East to northeast winds at 10 and the pressure 30, and that is way up there and continues to rise. Well, much more on our weather and the big event tonight coming up.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Naturally curly hair can be tough to manage, but the right products can make it easier to tame those curls. And our stylist, Coral Please, and the owner of Cutting Loose joins us to give us some helpful hints of how to get those curls under control. I have this problem.
I
know. No one else up here does, though.
I know, that's what we were talking about. You know, we all live vicariously through, you know, when you have straight hair like myself, you want curly hair, so I use a curling iron every day. And people with curly hair, you know, a lot of them do struggle and they really don't enjoy it.
All right, let's start at the end.
I have no pity.
You have no pity.
I know,
Right.
me
We're
too.
always trying for curls.
I
but-
slept on wire rollers when I was young, so I have curly hair. So let's show the poor things what they can do. Okay.
At the end, what is that over there?
So now we have products, almost all the product lines do have things out for curly hair. So, you know, last year or even 2 years ago, it was all flat iron, straight, you know, no curl. But now you can really see curls coming back as perms, actually. They're calling them American waves or body waves, whatever, but they're perms, and we were laughing about that in the 80s. I mean, the girls that work for me laugh when they see pictures of my big hair.
Oh, yeah.
I just posted on Facebook last week, and they were like, that's you?
Who knew the trend will come back?
I know, but hopefully it doesn't quite go
Get
to
that
big. But the beach waves and stuff are so in. So the first products we have is from Bumble and Bumble, and they call it BB Curl. And in this line, they have it to accentuate curl or to calm it, because there's both problems. But we're really seeing girls that are wanting maybe just have wavy hair to really accentuate that curl. So that's that. And then Orbe has a whole line for curly hair. A lot of the finishing products, like the soft dry conditioner, it's like a dry shampoo, but for curly hair, you need still that moisture instead of, you think about the dry shampoo we use as more powdery. This isn't. This has shine, so it's really nice for curly
Is
hair.
curler hair, and I ask this because I truly don't know, drier?
If it's naturally curl, yes.
Okay.
And then if you perm it, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Even more. I've had that problem.
Right. Okay. So that's my hair just soaks up moisture.
Exactly.
Like I can use a whole bottle and it'll still be dry.
Yep.
Very interesting.
And that's why we tell guests with curly hair, you know, product is your friend. You can really never have too much product in your hair when you have curly hair. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Bobette?
There's
Just
a whole
load it all
Legally
up.
Blonde connection, I must say. The major plot point in Legally Blonde is about the girl has curly hair.
Right.
And she gets the perm.
That's
and
right.
And then look.
claims that she's had a shower. The whole show is built on that. Just making connections here.
So, Michael, you see how important hair
I
is
get
here.
it,
You
I
get it.
Plot points.
So, and with the anti-humidity, as we spoke earlier, that's a real key because your hair is beautiful and curly or straight, and you go out in this humidity and it totally reverts back to what it was.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that you're using anti-humidity products.
Okay, now outside of products, you have actual things like curling irons and a diffuser.
Yes.
How do they work?
So the diffuser, and I really love this one because it collapses, so when you're traveling,
great.
it makes it a little easier. But when you have naturally curly hair, the less you touch it when it's wet, the less you touch it when it's wet, then the better that it looks. So these diffusers actually have little teeth in them, little fingers. And you literally just put your hair in it and let the fingers do the drying.
Really? So no
Less touch.
brushing,
Oh,
no
no brush.
fingers.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
No brushes.
It's like a whole
never
nother
touch
world
curly
to
hair.
those of us who don't have this.
Does that look pleasant?
Large turkey.
Pleasant sensation.
Looks a little scary, doesn't it?
Like a plunger.
It does look like a
I
plunger.
never thought of that, but it
Not
does.
to me.
In an emergency, in an emergency.
Don't use it in the toilet.
Okay, so diffusers are important. I have to tell you, anytime I've ever purchased a hairdryer, I've immediately put the diffuser somewhere else.
Because they come with it,
Right.
and the nozzle. So, and then the last tool that we have is the clipless iron. And Beth, if you want to.
Clipless?
Yes.
So no
No
nothing
tongue.
to push.
Other half.
So
Right.
So there's no tongue because
Oh.
once you tongue it is what makes it different. And this one has 3 adjustable irons for it, 3 different sizes. So depending on if you want it curlier or or more of the beach wave, so you just twist it off and change that out. But the clipless, now you can use a curling iron and just don't open the clip, or you can purchase.
Now, why do you
Well, how
not
would
want
you
a
do-
clip?
Yeah.
You don't want the clip because you can see the beach waves are really in, and the ends are almost straight. So it's like a wave and then straight here. It just makes it less perfect.
Well, then how do you
I don't
do
have
it?
any problem with being
How
less
would you do it without a clip?
Okay, so you just pick up the hair and just wrap it around.
Because you can't touch the rod. It's
No,
hot.
but your fingers are going to stay off of it.
I
so that when
see.
you take it out,
It
and then
just
it
comes
is
out.
bigger on the bottom and smaller at the end.
And it looks like a weapon.
This is an ancient implement. This has been around a long time, hasn't
Oh,
it?
oh,
Because I just saw a
yes.
play at West Coast Black Theatre last night, piano lesson, where the little girl, the whole scene, is having her hair straightened.
Yes.
Something
one of
looks very
these.
similar to that in the set in the 30s.
All
Yes.
right, well,
Oh,
let's
yes.
just recap some of the products you brought, Coral. Of course, we have the Bumble and Bumble, and they have both things to help with curly hair and to you calm it down. So kind of a combination. Then you have the Orbe products, also a combination of different things from the humidity sealer or something to get the curls under control. And then in the end, the irons that can add curl if you want that little beach wave kind of look.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much, Coral, to you and your team for making us look great every day
Yeah,
and doing
thank
our hair,
you.
and always keeping us up to date on the new products. Next, Stephanie has the behind-the-scenes scoop from a news anchor. We'll be right back.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
Our goal is to do things better than anybody in the country.
What makes Sarasota Memorial Hospital's program so special is that it's taking care of the patient in every aspect of cardiovascular disease. And in this community, the patients are very active. The idea is not just to get them over that operation, but to get them back to doing the things that they enjoy doing.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
The official salon of ABC7.
Welcome back. I want to share with you something I got to do that really impacted me. I got to sit down with network news anchor and reporter Ann Curry. She is in town for the 8th annual Tidewell Hospice Signature Luncheon, and she took about 15 minutes, and we talked about her as a caregiver. You know, we know her as this tough newswoman. She was a caregiver for both her parents separately as they fought through cancer and her sister-in-law.
Wow.
So she has a lot to talk about hospice and how caring we can be as human beings when we don't even realize we might have it in us.
Yeah.
And then I did get to ask her a bit about some of the news reporting and humanitarian work she's done. She's traveled all over the world, and she told me about the story that most impacted her as a person. We were both in tears. I mean, what an amazing person. What great stories to tell, and we're going to talk more about it and see more of this interview coming up on our show on Monday. So I look forward to sharing. Really great experience. I was honored to get to talk to her. We're excited to go to the kitchen next with Curry Station. Stay with us.
Wow.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The Sarasota Opera House filled with the sound of music again. The long-awaited premieres of the upcoming 2017-18 season at 5. Suncoast Traffic Watch right now. It looks like I-75 in the northbound lanes pretty much at a standstill. A lot of red on the map this evening. Now let's get to Bob live at Circus Sarasota. Hi, Bob.
That's right. I'm getting ready for my big performance on Sunday for the matinee. I'll be the guest ringmaster. It's going to be a lot of fun. The kickoff tonight for the evening show at 7 o'clock right here. And I tell you, weather couldn't be better. Take a look at the current conditions right now. Generally fair skies up and down the coast. Hardly a cloud to be found. And temperatures on the warmer side, 75 right now. But the dew point is what's so comfortable. Humidity at 22%. More in your forecast coming up today at 5. See you then.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Nobody beats Bacon's with Bassett. Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Right now, all custom premier sofas, upholstered headboards, and ottomans are 40% off. Don't miss this opportunity to get the custom ordered furniture you've been dreaming of for a limited time at 40% off. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
It's Greek time, February 9th through the 12th at the 33rd Annual St. Barbara Greek Festival. Experience traditional Greek home cooking, pastries, music, and dancing. Shop the marketplace for crafts and jewelry from local artisans while children play in the kids zone. Enjoy a day in Greece without leaving the area. Just be sure to bring your appetite. Don't miss the St. Barbara Greek Festival in Sarasota at the church located just north of University Parkway at the corner of Lockwood Ridge and Televast Road. Visit stbarbarafestival.org or Facebook for details. Yasu!
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile, and in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
And welcome back. We're here with Chef Narendra Sawant. He's making something amazing here that smells extraordinary. Lots of potatoes. Where did your people get potatoes?
I think
they come from South America. You know that, right? So when did they come to India?
Around 10,000 years ago.
Oh, please. That's a total lie.
I mean, exactly, we don't know the date. Definitely, they went from the South America.
We'll find out. We'll Google it
yeah.
and find out. So what's happening?
Right now, we are searing the potatoes nicely colored, and we're going to add some spices. We have here in the fennel seed, mustard seed, coriander seed, and some chili if you like a little bit heat up.
Yes.
So we're going to add in here.
Some like the pot.
And we're going to add some curry leaves. These we grow at our house, actually.
Curry leaves?
Yes.
Curry leaves?
Curry
so
leaves.
If we
That's
ground them, would they be yellow like curry?
No, they are different. Actually,
different
they are
kind?
only for the temper.
Okay.
But they bring the nice flavor to your dish. So
You
they're
have the
pretty
most
amazing.
creative spices.
Yeah.
Definitely smell wonderful.
So it's very simple. You have just sear the potatoes, outside a little bit crunchy, and inside it will be soft. And then we're going to add spices.
Okay.
Like a little bit chili powder. If it's optional. If you don't like heat, you don't have to put it.
Yeah.
There we have like a mango powder. We call like amchur powder. It's bring you a little bit tangy flavor to your dish. And we have some turmeric here.
Oh, that cures everything I just heard.
And we have cumin.
But Beth has a cough, put extra
we have
turmeric.
coriander, of course.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. I'm going to sneeze at the thought of
And we have some garam masalas. And, of course, we need to add some salt here. And we need to add some ginger, chopped garlic.
Wow.
A little bit. And just mix it together.
Narendra, are these family recipes? I mean, how do you learn to spice like this?
I mean, I went to the cooking school, so we'll in India, like every state have the different style of cuisine, and they use the spices in different way. So I learned all the way south to north.
So you know all the different
Yes.
states of India's
Yes.
cooking styles.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is this? What is
So
this? Is this a
called
particular
like
region?
Yeah, this is a northeast dish, and we call like aloo masala, and we can add some cilantro. Also, is vegan.
Oh, very good.
But if you love butter, you can add it. I don't say you know what I'm saying.
With potato, that's
So it's ready to go. It's pretty simple.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And we're gonna add more salt, I think.
10 dishes to go in it.
So,
So
see
it's
the
basically a
bovet,
spiced potato.
she will feel
Alright.
better after if you are like feeling cold or something. This is the best dish also. And you can have in a
Why
breakfast.
are the girls getting all of the potatoes?
We'll bring some
Because
down
we're
to you.
hungry.
Because I thought
Here, I'll give you a... Well,
Wow, you're way too generous. Thank you.
Here, have a spoon.
we will share the big plate.
Okay.
And also you can have in a breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
really good.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's breakfast too. Couple of eggs.
Yeah.
Couple of eggs with this would be good.
You know, if you're bored with the regular potatoes, you want to do something, it's pretty quick and simple.
It would be very good with eggs. I can see
And
that.
also-
And give us a quick, Bobette's going to make it through this. Give us a quick tour of some of the other dishes you brought.
We have lamb curry here, butter chicken. We have some rice, saffron lemon rice. And we have some potato over there. We have the vegetable korma. That's a paratha.
Wow.
And also, if you want to just eat as a snack, like with the beer and wine, this is perfect dish because it has a little bit nice spice.
This would be
and
great with the beer.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's good with everything. Potatoes go with everything.
Well, that is true. Potatoes are good with everything.
Everyone thinks they're
Because
Irish,
they're
but-
from India, right?
No.
All right, well, be sure you visit Chef Narendra at Curry Station. We learned today about cooking classes on Sunday.
Yes.
Chef Narendra also tells us that you do catering, which is a wonderful idea.
We catering all over the Florida. We have done in St. Petersburg, Tampa, Northport. We have been there. We do up to like 500 people, and we'll make your day amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. With all these different types of
Yeah.
Indian cuisines, it would be a wonderful way to celebrate any occasion. Thanks for being here, Chef. Michael?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. We
Awesome.
enjoyed talking to Justice Scalia,
Wasn't he awesome?
if you will.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
really
Don't miss
great
him.
play. The original is continuing at Oslo Rep. Beth, take care of that cough this weekend. Get some rest.
Yes.
And all of you, enjoy the rest of your day. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.